This is the Don't Give a Flying Hawk podcast.
And welcome into episode number 2 of the Don't Give a Flying Hawk podcast. JA with you here. We have a special guest with us here today. Pip is alongside, got his fog hat rocking. What's up, Pip?
Howdy.
You doing good, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic.
And you got a blue yummy, don't you? Not the actual blue yummy, but a different kind of blue yummy, don't you?
That's true indeed. I don't have much left. I've been working on it for a while. It's the setup time took a bit longer than we predicted.
I better get the
There you go.
We got to get one of those in there. We have our wonderful friend, our esteemed friend in his pink flamingo shirt, Tomas from Iowa. Got a dress to impress.
Yes,
What's
sir.
up, buddy?
Oh, it's good to be here.
We've missed you. Yeah, pull that mic a little closer to you,
Yeah,
man.
it's good to be here. Just chilling out before shit hits the fan later on, I guess, maybe.
Before shit hits the fan later on. So our whole thought process is that we're going to record an episode when we start drinking before we go out in Nashville tonight. And then we'll do part 2 tomorrow when we're presumably very hungover.
Or continue to be drinking. Definitely have to buy more beer, though.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Oh, I think continued drinking is probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Hair of the dog.
Yeah.
Hair of the dog, something like that.
Cue some Nazareth.
Cue some Nazareth. Oh, man. So, my first question, Thomas, how much do you miss us in Iowa?
I guess I don't know how to say that. A lot, I guess. It's just we had our own little group. We got our Snapchat group and our Facebook group, but it's just good to be sitting here drinking beer and shooting the shit. And we're in the music city of the United States. We all like music, so it was fun to get out last night and go listen to some bands and watch a homeless guy beat the shit out of a stop sign. That was quite entertaining.
I don't think he won.
I don't think he did. I bet he's got a sore foot today.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about maybe buying him a pack of cigarettes and dropping it off later if we see him.
That might be nice of you.
Yeah. No lighter, though.
No lighter.
No, I'm not going to contribute to
imagine what he would do.
complete
with that.
death, but
He had some nice artwork on this cardboard.
he did.
He might burn it.
He had a guitar, so maybe 40 years ago he came to Nashville trying to make it big, and
That could be us someday, Jesse.
It could be.
Like,
it might
I was-
be me next week.
I was contemplating the story. I was sitting there watching him. You guys are kind of shooting the shit. And like, what is this guy all about? What happened to him? Did he come to Nashville 30, 40 years ago? Did he come here after maybe Vietnam or something like that? He could play, he could sing. Somebody probably said, you need to go to Nashville.
He's an artist.
He's an artist. And he probably thought, you know what? Crack looks good. I think I'm going to try some crack. And now he lives under a bridge and fights stop signs. You know, it just makes you wonder. I mean, he sounded
Something
pretty
like
hoarse because
that.
he was screaming at those electric scooters that were on the sidewalk that nobody was actually on. But it's like, what did that guy, what did he come to Nashville do this? What's his story? So it would be cool to, like, if he was like on his meds or something, to talk to him to kind of see that. So,
well, Pip knows he's on that corner like every day. That's his spot.
Not me, but that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that not you. Not you, just that guy. He's on that spot every single day.
Yeah, we actually have a photo with him from a couple months back when we decided to go ride some scooters, and he was at the exact same corner there last night as he was 2 months ago, and he wanted to get a photo with us, flipping the bird in the background, and yeah, so similar. We've got a photo with him from a while back.
Yeah. I just it's awesome. I mean, it's not awesome that he's homeless by any means. I mean, it's I don't know where I was going with that. It's awesome that we got that picture. One and two, I agree with you. I think he's got an awesome story. That's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to sit down with him sometime to figure that out.
He was a little bit wild last night. So
Yeah,
I didn't want
He
to
was a little,
talk to him last night.
just a little rambunctious.
Maybe
last
got
night.
some booger sugar in him. Just maybe.
Some booger sugar.
This is why we love you, Thomas.
I know.
Oh,
one-liners, yeah.
Oh man. So what's your first impression of Nashville so far? I mean, obviously we didn't do a whole lot last night.
You've
we
been
kind
here,
of bebopped around.
Just over 24 hours you've been in the city.
We
First
went
time
to
in your life.
scoreboard. We saw John Party's guitar player Terry Lee doing the rock thing.
He was
having
good.
fun.
I could go to his show once a week. Even though
dude is so good.
it's just
So
good
good.
music. My first impression, I guess, was whoa. And then like number 2 is like, where do you begin? I know Broadway is kind of cliche, but I do want to see that. I know do want to kind of see a couple of them places, but my ultimate goal is to hang with my buds and
Drink some lattes.
drink some beer and listen to some good music. I know if you want to go really listen to the really good country, we're going to have to make a trip to Texas, but just
I feel like that's a burn on.
That is a little bit of a burn. There is some good country in Nashville. It's just so diverse nowadays.
like 3 or 4 of the people that we did see last night, it just didn't.
That's because the Nashville music scene is very, very diverse nowadays. It's
Well,
not
yeah.
just country.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
you got all the segments. You have real country. You have traditional Texas country. You have outlaw country.
We
you
saw
have
some
pop country.
Southern rock.
You have
I
some
mean,
Southern rock.
Southern rock, I'm okay with that.
You have rock. You have straight up just pop. You have like jazz. Like there's so many segments of music in this town. It's crazy.
like if Waylon and Johnny walked into a couple of them bars last night and saw like how people were singing and like some were dressed pretty crazy.
One dude looked like Billy Idol.
Yeah,
last
he
night.
did. But it's like
I'm a Billy Idol.
they
fan,
would
by the way.
roll in their graves.
Yeah.
Like what it started here to what it is now. I mean, these are like the modern day Buck Owens kind of maybe dress. Like he's got a Waylon Jennings patch his mom ironed onto his cut off Canadian tuxedo coat, and then he's got a Led Zeppelin one on the back. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's just what I see. But
Fair enough.
But no, I want to see a little bit of everything, and the plane was loaded with people, so my guess is they're not going to where you guys have taken me so far. They're spending hundreds of dollars a day on Broadway. And
yep.
That's my only thing is like I will go down to Broadway only if and when someone is in town who's never been there and wants to see it. Otherwise, my goal is to take people to places where we normally go on any given night or where musicians and artists go on any given night. I mean, for instance, one of my favorite places, first bar I took you to in town, Bobby's Idle Hour. And it's cheapest beer in town, coldest beer in town, and really nobody goes there.
Yeah, kind of off the beaten path.
And I love it.
Yeah, finding those hidden.
Yeah,
I asked you guys when we were eating lunch, like where to the local people that enjoy music go, because that's kind of where I want to go.
Yeah.
And there's those places around. You just they're hidden. You gotta find them.
Yeah, avoid the bachelorette parties.
Oh, well, I mean, unless
I mean, they're fun to
what you're going
watch.
for. I mean,
depends on what
they're fun to
your goal
watch,
is.
and but really go like Live Oak last night. That
Yeah.
was good, just to sit off to the side, grab a bush light, and
Yep.
3 talented people up on stage just playing,
mhm.
and you didn't have people dancing on the bar, being an idiot and being loud. I mean, like the Whiskey Jam last night. It was so loud in there, you really couldn't
That's whiskey. Jam,
enjoy.
man.
I know, but you couldn't enjoy the music. People are stepping on your feet. Like that one guy shit his pants, literally. I walked through it. I breathed it in.
You brought it over,
and
you
I brought
said-
it with everybody. It was like I felt it slap me in the face. I'm like,
Holy
holy God! Like, there's no way, as bad as that smelled, that he did not have shit in his pants.
See, you brought it with you. Like you said it before I smelt it. You're like, "Hey, did you shit?" I'm like, "No." And then it hit me like a wall, and I thought you brought it with you.
No,
I honestly thought like you were just covering it. It was yourself.
Felt like I got hit with a net gun of shit.
It was a pretty strong shit.
It was bad.
I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty
egg
bad.
smell.
Why does
there.
every
Hey.
conversation I'm into begin with shit?
Speaking of that, though, you guys see the headline here like last week? The guy that got arrested for waving his colostomy bag around downtown Nashville. Literally, his shit-filled bag. Waving it
Was it
around.
on Broadway?
Kid Rocks.
Is that Kid
Yeah,
Rock?
yeah, Kid Rock.
They like
yeah.
kicked him out. I read I went deep into the story because I'm like,
Oh, of course, you
I
go
got it.
deep.
I'm a reader on certain things like that. So I'm like, I gotta get into this. So supposedly this guy had been arrested like three
Pulling this up
times
here. Yeah, keep going. I'm pulling this up.
3 times this week, last week or whenever, and this was like his 3rd or 4th time. So he's obviously on having a colostomy bag's gotta suck for
Right.
one. And 2, he's like on this self-destruction, and he's like, I don't have a gun, I don't have a sword, a machete, a knife, I don't have anything, but by God, I got a bag of shit. And if you guys try to arrest me, I'm gonna swing this sucker around like a lasso. And he's gonna go to jail for a while now. I'm sure he's gonna get some psychological.
The man
evaluation.
is 39-year-old Nicholas Newhart.
39.
And
He looked like he was 50 or 60, so definitely drug riddled.
this happened outside Kid Rock's. When the cops got there, he pulled his colostomy bag out from the front part of his pants and began swinging it around like a weapon. That should be in today's Daily Donkey, but just come on.
That's
like,
an intimidating weapon.
yeah.
Oh wait, listen.
Bush.
Attaboy.
My favorite sound in the whole world, except for I'm hungover.
You're hungover?
No,
Hey,
except for when I'm hungover.
I was
We'll
gonna say,
decide
if you're
tomorrow
hungover.
when we do the second half of this podcast if you'll like that cracking sound just as
Oh.
much.
We're
Oh,
actually
man.
going to have a beer, whether it makes us feel bad or not. I've already determined that.
Well, I pulled, since we have no idea what we're going to talk about, I pulled some conversation starters up for us here.
Why don't we talk about some like old times? Like
We could do that.
we went
too.
on the
Old
road
story
a
time?
lot.
Yeah.
We can do that instead. Yeah, I'm down. I'm
Why
down.
not?
We've
Some old
what-
stories.
we've traveled. I mean,
What
We
is
were
your
the old
favorite?
school.
Yeah. What is your favorite memory? Because I mean, you were our tour manager for a little while. I mean, what? Probably about a year, give or take,
yeah, off and on.
off and on.
I'm still watching.
You still
I'm
watch,
still paying attention.
but what was your favorite memory from the road, or memories, I suppose?
Well, Tree Town was the first Tree Town was pretty epic. We had a camper. We drank a lot. We partied. Like, how many vodka Red Bulls did we consume in? Well, actually,
Are you talking
all
was I at
3
that
times.
one?
Pip, you weren't there for year 1.
That's right.
Yeah, he was
Was he? When
Yeah.
we stayed in the
in the little camper.
no, year 1 was the
Kyle.
it
Was
was
the-
Kyle because we were in
Oh,
the big show
wow.
holler. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow, that was a long time ago.
Harkens
Derek's
back
got
today.
2 more babies.
yeah.
Since
yeah,
then.
that's a long.
That
time
was
ago.
that was where we had to play like 4 times that weekend, and
We only ended
we
up
got
playing
3.5 songs in the whole time.
Thank you, Mother Nature.
Yeah, she was not in a good mood.
I remember the next year. That was the year that Kirk played, and we played the side stage for Alan Jackson,
Yes.
or after Alan Jackson. That,
was
or that
hot
2
that
years.
year.
It was hot. I remember the Friday night before. That was when we had the camper. I
Yep.
got so drunk. I literally woke up the next day still intoxicated. We had to play that night. I drove back to my parents' house to take a shower and sober up. And I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to perform that night. That's how bad I was.
But we got hammered drunk that night, if I remember. We had a blast.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I have a picture somewhere. I think it's on my other phone or probably on one of my social medias, but it was just the right night, the right time, the right songs, and that whole area was packed full.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think they estimate it was 6,000.
I think the tour
7,000?
guy told me, I'm like, this is unbelievable how many people are here. He goes, this is the biggest we've ever seen it.
Because what Thomas Rhett was playing the Friday night, right?
I don't
And
remember.
then
The night we played, it
played
was right after Alan Jackson.
Alan Jackson.
And it was insane. That was one of the that was a night for me that was like, I put out the record and the first EP and everything else and blah blah blah. And that was the night for me that was like, all right, this is happening. This is awesome.
Would you call it like one of those nights of like if you would retire the next day, you'd have been satisfied? You've been happy? Like
I might have been happy for a little while, but I wouldn't have been completely satisfied. But it's still
just kind of one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I could die tomorrow. Now.
You met like you got a step towards a goal. Yeah. I wouldn't say that it's like a final destination. Obviously, it was more of like a first big step.
Yeah, it was. Yes. Yeah, for me, it was like, all right, this is what I want to do. Like this feels right, and that night was awesome. It was also, I think, one of the last nights I wore a flannel shirt on stage.
Gotta bring that back.
I remember random shit like that, but no, that was such a good night. And there were so many questionable things that happened that weekend. I mean,
oh yeah,
somebody was rocking the little tiny camper with all of us in it. I mean, this camper was like.
In my defense, I was not in that.
I think actually some people left the camper because
I was passed out drunk, and all I remember, I got up at like 6 a.m. as the camper's rocking, wondering what's going on.
You see a bare bottom.
I saw someone's bare, naked ass, and I turned around
on a top bunk at that,
and not even like
a bunk,
and get out of the camper. I turned around and laid back down in the bunk below.
I can't believe you stayed there.
You know what? For as small as that little camper was,
I think you're the only one that stayed in that camper. And we're on like these tiny twin-size bunk beds, not even twin size. And yeah, I was on the top bunk. So going to town. And
no,
I don't know why you stayed right below.
I think Caleb slept like on the table.
I'm just, that image is burned into my head. Drunk memory, like.
That's kind of when Logan kind of joined the. Didn't we meet Logan there?
No, I knew him before that.
You knew him, but that's like when we first hung out with Logan, maybe a little bit. I guess that's the first time I met Logan, anyway.
Possible, yeah.
I think it was. We played football and stuff, but like that little tiny camper saw a lot of shit. Like,
yeah,
I'm not a small guy, but trying to, excuse me. Like showering in that little shower, like I had to be like kind of on my knees and like remember the movie Harry and the Hendersons, and he sits in the back of the thing and his head goes up. That's kind of what I felt like in there, and I'm pretty sure I was taking a shower and Pip was shaking it like, Pip, you had sex a lot that day, that whole weekend. Then the next night we kind of split up. We were drinking. I went back to the camper just for, I don't know if to get money or more beer or whatever. And Caleb's sitting there, and this random drunk dude walks in, and he's like, "Oh, that's a cool camper." It was not a cool camper.
No, it was tiny,
hammered. And Caleb, I'm like, Caleb, I'm not gonna come back. Okay, don't let this guy in the camper. So I go into the camper. I think I might have changed my shirt, or I don't know what I was doing. And this guy's in the camper with me, and it's not that big. So like a one butt kitchen type deal, and like, get out of here. I just want to see this. It's so cool. I'm like, get out. What he was really doing was looking for a place to lay down and pass out. I said, I'm going to give you the count of 3, and you're going to fly out of this camper. I'm like, Caleb, you let this guy in here. And he's Caleb's just sitting there like he don't give a fuck.
He was.
I think
Pretty
he was
sure he was hammered.
He was hammered. I think he was smoking a Marlboro Red, just sitting by the fire, or whatever he was doing.
He just hung out.
Just hung out there.
I-
Nobody was around. We just come. There's Caleb, but that's just Caleb, and we love him for it. And
Sits outside.
so I just grabbed this guy by like the tuft of his shirt and by his belt, kicked the door open, and like send him flying out. And he's like, "Dude, that wasn't cool." So then, I don't think anybody slept in that camper that night except for Caleb. And what'd you do? That guy like took a knife and cut up the awning.
cut
Was
off the
all mad.
awning.
Probably my fault.
I don't remember where I slept that night. No clue. So that was wild times. And then fast forward 2 years after that, we played the main stage. That got I am a huge Dierks Bentley fan. Like I have confessed multiple times that, like if I had to be gay, it would be with Dierks Bentley.
Whoa.
I'm just saying. Like,
Okay.
I'm
He's a
huge
good
fan.
looking dude.
He is.
But seriously, his music, everything, like I'm a huge fan. He's great. We played the main stage before him. It was him, Morgan Wallen, Lauren Elena, Little Texas, and us. Right? I didn't miss anybody there. I was so drunk when I met Dierks in catering. I don't even remember it.
I was doing a selfie, I think, on Snapchat and kind of backstage. We'd already played, and we found out that Tito's and free Rockstar cotton candy.
They had a big ass.
They had
cooler.
that big cooler
That's
there,
what Disney
Giant
had.
and we
cooler.
found out that is the greatest combination.
So are you saying that's what we're drinking tonight?
No,
Rockstar
no,
cotton candy and
no.
Tito?
No, but we found out like we went through 2 bottles of Tito's in like
No time.
Well,
no time at all.
But you have us 3 plus Seth
Logan.
plus who's a guitar player at the time, dear friend of ours, Logan, our roadie friend, tour tech, whatever.
Heck was there.
Heck was playing guitar with us too that weekend. I don't think Jake partook,
Yeah, Jake was there.
but I don't think he partook in the vodka.
No, he didn't.
But there was like 6 of us that were drinking Tito's and Rockstar cotton candy, and I mean, I got off stage. I was dehydrated. I started drinking more of that. I was super blitzed. Then I'm totally giving the impression that all we do as a band is drink. We don't. At least not anymore. I don't drink as much as I used to.
Don't lie,
I quit
Jesse.
drinking Jack
Well,
Daniels.
no more, no less.
Yeah. I quit drinking Jack Daniels. That was a big one for me. But still, like that was one of the last weekends that was like, okay, we got done. We did our job. Now it's time to have fun and party. And
Because we
I
played
don't
early.
remember meeting Dierks.
We played early that day.
Yeah,
I know,
were the
and
first act.
It was
on the
kind
main
of
stage.
a rainy, not really rainy, but like it was misty.
Misty, it was just kind of shitty, but
And the crowd wasn't. We didn't have a big crowd because it was like early in the day, and that morning it was kind of
we got
rainy.
to playing and people started coming in.
Yeah,
but
they kept filing in.
back
later.
to my Dirk story. Like you guys, I think had gone up, and I went back to the trailer to do something, maybe lock it or something.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm backstage at Tree Town, all these buses. I'm gonna take like a selfie Snapchat and like do this. And this guy peeks up over my shoulder and does this. And I'm like, who the hell is that? Turn out it's Dirks. And when I did that, I accidentally hit the X on my Snapchat
Instead of
and
the
it deleted it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this video of Dirks coming up behind me, and I went to hit save, and I hit abort and killed it. So I don't know if I ever told you guys that story.
I don't.
never
I
did.
have not
No.
heard that.
Then he went to
before.
catering. That's where you guys had went. I'd
Yeah,
come
we
back to
did
the
lunch,
trailer to
ate,
do something, and I'm like, "Fuck, that was stupid." And I'm like, "Hey, I deleted that. Probably a good thing." He goes, he heads away. I'm like, I had to sit on the trailer tongue for like 5 minutes, like you dumb idiot. But
I
shit
remember my
happens.
sister was backstage because she was doing merch for us that day, and like she's standing in line. She told me this story again. I don't remember any of this because I was way too blitzed. Apparently, she's in line getting her food, and Dirks comes up beside her, and she looks over, and Dirk's like, "Hey, how's it going?" just real nonchalant. And my sister's just like, good. Like, just completely like flabbergasted that Dirk Bentley's standing right beside her.
Yeah, it's weird. You're standing back there, and like we got done, we were standing up on stage, and Heck and I think we were talking.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's her name? Kelsey Ballerini.
Oh,
was that her?
Lauren Elena.
It was Lauren Elena. Was up there, and we were watching her do her thing, and then
I was up there watching
Morgan Wallen
when
just standing
Morgan
there.
Wallen was
Yeah.
standing there.
He's
He
standing there talking
smelled like reefer.
Oh yeah, he
so
was.
much reefer.
This was before the unfortunate.
This is a few years before.
Yeah, this
This
is
is
at least a couple
this is
years.
the next
2019.
couple years. This is
Before
like
he, yeah,
this is
kinda-
like
Before,
right
pre-COVID.
right before his
pre-COVID.
mullet, or right when he got his mullet.
Yeah, right.
It's like
yeah.
right when he come on the
He
scene.
was
Whiskey
just-
glasses
he was just
had
blowing
just
up
come
at
out.
Like
that
Yeah.
whiskey
time.
glasses had
Yeah.
just come out at that point.
Yeah.
He was just blowing up. Yeah, he was. I like kind of had like a small conversation with him. I started to sober up a little bit at this point. This is a few hours later, and like he just, hey man, like
Yeah.
he was gone.
I think he asked me, he goes, "Is it always this humid in Iowa?" And I'm like, "It's only Memorial Day weekend, dude. Come back in about July after a good rain." He's like,
Surrounded
"What's?"
by cornfields.
I said, "That mullet, you wouldn't need to go get a perm. It would just curl up on its own." And he's like, "Oh yeah." No, I remember that. And then the rest of the night was pretty cloudy. But I do remember the next morning I woke up in the back of your truck in a random yard. I didn't know whose it was. Nobody's in the truck. The keys are out of the truck and the doors are locked. I just remember waking up sweating. You parked me facing east, didn't even roll the fucking windows down, and you locked the truck. So I couldn't get out because that one door in your truck was broke. And I just remembered, I'm going to piss on the floor, and now you're going to care. If I'm going to die in here, now you're going to care.
Didn't we wake up sweating together in a truck one time?
So this isn't the first time
Esterville,
Jesse's tried
right?
to fucking suffocate me like a poor
We were in
dog
a sauna in a black truck.
in a butt. So
Oh,
it was
man.
my birthday,
Oh, goodness.
and I think I may have just had some relationship trouble. So I was like down in the dumps. Jesse's like, "We're going to Okoboji. I got a show." So we drove to Okoboji, and I got hammered for my birthday. I'm like, "We just have to be back." It was a Friday night. Got to be back. I got to get home, do some stuff, get cleaned up, and then we're all going to go out in the boat later. So he goes, I think we started driving home, and Jesse's like, "Oh man, I gotta get a nap in." So he pulls over at the casino in Emmitsburg, big parking lot.
Yeah.
It was it rained all night, so it was nice and cool out. It was still kind of raining, so we didn't have the windows down, but it was nice and cool. And then next thing I know, I wake up going, the sun was just starting to peak over the horizon.
And the rain
And I looked-
moved out.
the rain
and it
moved
was
out.
Humid
And-
and hot.
Oh my God. And I looked over at Jesse. I'm just dripping sweat, and there's nothing to drink, obviously, in the truck. I'm like,
He's trying to kill you, man.
and he's sitting there, he's sleeping, but he sounds like a 500-pound man that just went up 2 steps to go die. I'm like, "Dude, roll the fucking windows down." Huh? So yeah, that was
At that
that's
point, I
twice
woke
you
up
tried
and
to
then
suffocate me in
yeah.
the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can afford hotels and shit now, so
Yeah, we can do
Motels.
that now. Motels.
no, we're going. No, I don't want bed bugs or nothing. We could have. In all reality, you should have walked up to the casino and got a room because, at 2 a.m. in a casino, you can probably get a room pretty cheap.
Probably.
Charlie taught me one thing. My buddy Charlie had taught me is how to get a cheap hotel room, and I could have done it. I'm a lot more confident when I'm drunk, so I can really woo people.
Tell us some of these tricks, Thomas. How do you get
You
cheap?
it's almost like a desperate beg, but you make them think that they want you to stay there for nothing. Like he taught me that. I mean, he's taught me
Negotiation.
like negotiations for a hotel room, and it's actually works. We went to Indianapolis one time, and I think the room's like $500-$600 a night because there's this big trade show for racing, and we stayed there 3 nights. He's like, well, there went 4 sets of tires or whatever, and you have to go to it. It's networking. You got to go to it. And I think the first day we woke up hungover, no hot water. We come back to take a nap like at 2:00 and his bed was made, had a mint in his pillow, and my bed looked like the maid maybe had screwed the janitor on it after she made the bed. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Your bed gets made and mine doesn't? This is bullshit. So then the next morning I had hot water in the shower and he didn't. And that next night we're like, it's like midnight Indianapolis time. Charlie's like, let's just drive home. Like, well, I've been drinking. Well, I'll drive the first 6-7 hours and then you drive the rest. Like, all right. So midnight Indianapolis time, we jump in the truck. Well, first we go to the front desk. Like, well, we're not going to stay tonight. Oh, well, why? Well, we had a bad experience here. We just don't think we want to stay here. It's like the Hilton downtown Indy. Really nice. Like, well, what was the inconvenience? Well, we told her the whole story. She got to thinking, well, let me print your bill out and we'll go over it. The printer wouldn't work.
Of course.
So we pretty much said, well, there really isn't a bill then, is there? And she goes, so you had no hot water 2 days in a row and your beds didn't get made ever? I said, I don't even think they clean the room. Dump the garbage
half
out.
Of one. Yeah.
I think they got in there and forgot about it. And she's like, so you guys are just going to drive back to Iowa tonight? Yep. She goes, do you need coffee or Red Bull? And I was like, I'd take a couple Red Bulls. We got out of there with a zero balance. And 2 Red Bulls, which was probably like $8 a piece at this fancy place.
Yeah.
So right then I knew, like, you gotta itch the right spot.
Yeah.
Kind of type deal.
Good advice.
What other good road stories? There's a lot. Country Fest was good.
The case of Coors Light that we had. How did that? You got to go over that.
We played a show somewhere in Iowa. I don't remember where.
It was a place we were on
Central Iowa.
Top floor.
I'd rather not talk about the place just because I don't get mad if they.
I don't remember the town, so I won't say it. I don't remember it, but there's a rickety wooden, like it was like by ropes, like old school, like 1800s style elevator.
Oh, I remember. Yes.
Yeah. All I remember is like we loaded out and we're loading in the trailer, and one of the guys, I don't know if it was Jake or you or who it was.
I played the 5th.
I think it was.
But I'm getting ready to shut the door, and there's a case of Coors Light.
They were just like, they had cases of extra beer that they didn't sell or whatever for the night. They were just like putting them around the stage where we were loading out from.
Yeah. And none of us drink Coors Light, but somebody grabbed this case of Coors Light, set in the trailer, and I'm just like, whatever. At this point, it was like 3 in the morning. I'm like, let's go. Fast forward 9 months, 10 months.
This case of Coors Light, it stayed in the
trailer.
It didn't explode either.
Nobody opened it. It didn't explode. Nothing. We took it to Kirk's house in Iowa, got all his guns out, and shot up the case. After almost
I missed
a year.
the fun part of that whole story.
You did. It was good.
There's some good video.
Favorite venues that we've played, you guys have played that I've been, that was one of my favorites.
That was
old
good.
School. You can say it.
Yeah, that was good.
But
is it still open?
It had new
Saddle
ownership
in Dayton.
Yep. That place was cool. No beer on the dance, no drinks on the dance floor though. But no, that place was cool.
Country Fest was fun. I mean, all the festivals are always fun. Country Fest was a good time that first year.
We had our first flasher.
We did.
and I accidentally got
caught
it
it.
on camera.
You did? Get it
By
on-
I didn't even pay attention. Like, oh, wait, I got that on camera.
He's just panning
right in the
across
front
left
row.
and
You're
right.
getting footage and panning the front row, and it's just
Oh, it's right
Woo!
there.
Like,
hello.
oh, I went through the video. I'm like, I did get it on video.
That was a grueling day, but that was fun.
And then we carpooled karaoke home. Me and you did.
Yes, we did.
While everybody else slept.
I slept a lot.
We
Oh.
were so excited to go out and get drunk after. Like, let's go get food. And, like, we wait in this hotel room and laid on the beds while everybody else took showers. I think 2 guys got a shower and the rest of us woke up like in our clothes the next morning. Like, we have to get back to home because you played the fair that night.
Yeah.
Because it's a long ways from Cadott to where were we playing the next night?
You're playing Allison,
Dang.
Butler County Fair.
Butler County Fair.
Had some nights there. Whew. Had some nights there.
Yeah. Ones we don't talk about anymore.
Yeah. What are some other good venues we've played that you've been on?
Yeah,
There's
that's
plenty
memorable
that you
to
haven't been on.
Oh, my favorite story.
Oh boy.
You guys
Don't look at me like
opened
that.
at Woolies for
Blackhawk.
Blackhawk.
I knew it right away.
Oh
I
my.
did it. It was all good. I was backstage. Blackhawks coming out of the green room, which was pretty much a closet. And they got done, and we're gonna load out. And the lead singer comes up to me, just blazed out. I mean, he smoked a joint before they left. Comes up, gives me this big hug. So glad to have seen you again. Can't wait to see you again. Gives me this random awkward hug. I'm like, I don't even know this. I've never even met him. And he's like nobody saw it. I think you come in at the end of it, and I'm like, what the hell was that? But he's like, good to see you. I'll see you at the next show. Like, I don't know if he was high or if he thought it was somebody else, or he's just that nice of a guy. But
Thought you were Jesse.
I don't know. But it was just,
I don't know.
gave me a big embracing hug. I remember he had like a Indian quilt type coat on, like a Steven Seagal type coat with like the little leather tassels on it. And he gave me this big hug. I was like, well, that was weird. But no, that was
interesting.
that was a fun one.
There's been a few that you haven't been on since you kind of stopped the tour managing that we had some interesting nights at. Chicago, that was wild. We didn't get back to the hotel room until 4:30 in the morning.
It was almost dawn the next day. Like,
We stayed at that bar forever. The owner was like pulling down like $100 bottles of bourbon, and like we were doing shots afterwards. Man,
or that was Scooters.
yes.
Okay, I was thinking of the other Chicago one.
Oh, there's been a couple Chicago ones.
Yeah.
I remember that one standing out in the middle of a street on the south side of Chicago.
Well, it was the
taking
street
pictures.
that just the week prior,
Someone got
a
hit
girl-
and killed.
the girl, she was a musician. I can't remember her name, but
yeah.
she had just played there or was
Mhm.
about to play there, and like she got struck
I
by a
just think-
car.
2:30 in the morning on the south side of Chicago is probably not a good spot to be hanging out. But
I don't
we
think
were
so.
Anyway. You know, because
Somebody averaged like 20 shootings a day.
we were drunk. We were feeling good that night. We were
Yeah.
buzzed.
I looked left and right.
Bulletproof.
Oh man, there's been so many stories, so many things we can't. Wisconsin. Thomas was not.
I was not
God.
there, but I
Northern
got
Wisconsin,
Snapchats.
The upper Michigan.
You lost your
yeah.
shoe.
Willie's still.
Yeah, I lost
so
this
fun.
shoe, and I'm wearing it right now. As
Rodney
we
and
speak.
that crew.
You
up
found
there.
I
it?
found it. Yeah, it's back. It's really worn by now.
One other story that I'm reminded of it every day when I get a
Mhm.
plate out of the cupboard is I have a bottle of Reserve Jameson. We were you may have gone home, or you were probably.
I don't know where.
You were probably. Can we say the F word? You were probably fucking in the camper. But David Ray was on stage.
Yep.
Joe Denham. We were partying on that side stage.
Yeah, it was
just
the night after we played. It was
after
Sunday
we
night,
played.
yeah.
They're like, just come up here and party with us. Because remember when I said that I was a tour manager and the guy just let me in?
Yeah.
And then I just brought all you guys with me. The guy didn't give a shit. We weren't supposed to be back there anymore. Our stage passes for that stage were over, but I made up this cockamamie fucking story. And he lets me in. And I got 2 cases of beer that I got from VIP they gave me. I probably had at least 1 or 2 vodka Red Bulls in my hand. My heart's still pounding from that when I think about it. And it was David Ray and Morgan Fraser and Joe Denham. And Joe had that bottle of Jameson, and it was smoother and shit. And I got a picture somewhere of me with this bottle and American Idol. She American Idol?
The Voice or
The
American
Voice. She
Idol
got
or
second on The
something.
Voice.
Yeah.
With her pretty much passed out in my arms with that bottle.
Yeah.
And then
carrying her to
and then I had to carry her on my shoulder
Suburban.
to their car, and her husband wasn't very happy.
Her husband's David Ray. They're married now.
They have a kid.
They have a kid now. Yeah.
They have a kid.
That was man. So better question is, we have a bunch of dates this summer. Are you going to come out on the road with us?
I'm going to try.
This fall.
You get close to home, I'm going to show up.
We got quite a few back.
But we got like
nearby.
We're going to like Wyoming and Colorado and stuff. You're going to take some time off work and come with us?
I wish I could.
Even a couple of days?
I would like to.
Drive out?
I had to beg, plead, and cut my toenails short on this. Broke the mic.
You broke it. You broke it. But no, like, take a couple days off.
I could try
out. Fly out, ride with us the rest of the way. We'll drop you off in Iowa on the way back. Get a one-way ticket.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, we got a handful of Iowa shows too, so that are nearby home.
A lot of
you better at
least
Iowa. Make some of the shows that were in the area.
I'm gonna try.
God,
I just wish
I just want to see the tour manager battle between Thomas and our new tour manager Juan. I want to see that battle.
That'll be good. They're pretty different people.
Extremely different people.
Management styles are different. And
does he ask? Is he an asker and not a teller? You remember the kaboffle at the one venue where I had to call and like do dad duty, fire the one guitarist because he left the stage to go drink with his buddies, and play his guitar and didn't even. Yeah.
Is that during the middle of the song?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was you were.
And then you followed.
I also had. Well, I think I waited till the end of the song, but
you were blitzed.
I had to go
from a break. We were 3 songs in to a new set.
I think Jake had
Jake wasn't there. That was Frankie. Rest in peace. That was Frankie.
It was Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie was blitzed out of his mind.
Yeah, you guys were doing like 3 Wiseman shots, so
that was
That was bad.
It was bad, and there were some bad consequences after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Just me yelling. But was that the night? That was the same night I tossed the guy off the stage because the security there was shit.
Yeah.
And he's about knocking shit over, so I just grabbed him and tossed him.
That was actually, I mean, you were, my best friend, one of my best. You two are both my best friends, and that was actually the night that next day or whatever when you did the ash chewing. That was the period in time where my brain flipped from, oh, we're just having fun, getting drunk, whatever, to, oh shit, this is a business. I need to take this seriously.
Well, I think I told you need to either shit or get off the pot.
It was some clever Midwestern saying.
I just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because up to that point, we'd been, playing a lot
been,
around Iowa, but
drunk and
getting drinking as much as the people out in the crowd.
More.
And having a good time.
More.
Probably more, yeah.
Like, we're not drinking Jack off the, like a bottle of Jack and snorting a line off the. I mean, I see why they do it now. I mean, I've never done that, but I'm so fucked up. I need to. What song am I playing? Is this the solo part? Oh, let me suck some booger sugar up my nose and get my brain straight and undrunk. Wait, now I'm freaking out, man. I've had too much. Now I got to take another shot of Jack. I see why these guys just fucking derail so bad.
Yeah. I mean, I know that night I can admit, I know I was out of hand. Like I had gone too far. I was drank way too
bad.
much. And I mean, I don't want to say part of it, but I mean, like it was a college town setting, like, you know, a younger crowd. The stage was right there. Like people, you know, as you said, you had to keep people off the stage. People were like walking right up there. It was packed, you know. But
we still had fun.
Yeah, we had fun, but yeah, like us as performers, we ourselves like went too far.
Yeah,
partaking.
That was
indulging
the night
and
that was like, all right. That was after the ass chew, and the next day that flipped the switch there.
I just got on. Sometimes I get on a roll, and
yeah,
you could probably ask.
You were doing conference calls and 3-way conference calls.
Oh yeah, I was like, I went full.
Everything.
You could probably ask Mandy, and when I get on a roll of like ass chewing, even though it's not even that big of a deal, I can make a mountain out of a molehill. So if I called you guys any names, I apologize. But
I just remember that you kicked my brain into a different hemisphere, and ever since then we've not been that type of band. I mean,
got to be more professional about it.
If we drink and have too much of a good time, it's after the show now.
Yeah,
not while we're actively trying
and
to perform.
even then, like
I
I'm
drank.
not even.
I mean,
half the time I'm not even the one. I've had my fun. I'm like, I don't need to get blitzed. I don't remember the last time I was blackout drunk.
I do. It was last weekend.
No. For you.
Yeah. Don't mix your own mojitos.
I think actually the last time I was blackout drunk was last summer before I moved to Nashville. We were on the boat, the Busch Light Day. We drank like between four of us. What was it, like 100 cans of Busch Light?
Yeah, we pretty much killed it.
And we started at 2 p.m, and we were on the boat until midnight, 1 o'clock. We had like 3 or 4 coolers full of Busch Light, and like just throughout the day, it was you, me, Mike, and Groob. We haven't mentioned Groob yet.
Yeah, the Gruber,
the other son of the family. It was us 4.
Oh,
and we just got annihilated. It was Groob, right? Yeah,
it was Groob. Yeah, we had that was a good day.
That was the last time I was blackout drunk, and before that, I don't even remember. Probably Tree Town 2019.
I gotta pee and I need a beer.
Well, you do that.
If you know me,
I'm
sure the guys that know this I pee a lot.
I will take a beer if you're getting another blue smoothie. Kirk and I will continue the podcast here.
Yeah, we'll keep it rolling.
Yeah, we'll keep it rolling. What was I gonna? I think we'll save the pip tips for tomorrow's hungover episode.
Yeah, because I'm sure I'll probably become more wise between right now and tomorrow.
You can give us some tips.
Develop more wisdom.
Give us some tips for being hungover.
That's probably where it's going.
Oh man! So where should we take Thomas tonight?
Oh,
I know he wants to go to Broadway, and you and I
we'll
both
go to Broadway. I'm just debating if we should go there sooner or later in the night.
I would almost say sooner, because later it's gonna be nuts to butts.
That's true.
Stupid, and you're gonna be waiting to get into every single bar. Not even just the main popular ones, but every single bar.
There'll be lines.
You will be waiting in line.
Yeah, being Friday night.
Should we take him to the stage?
No mask mandates anymore. It's 3 a.m. bar closed right now. Yeah. Man, yeah.
I will probably avoid Demunbrian tonight, because that's Friday, Saturday on Demunbrian is bad. I'm not a fan. And Midtown too. Actually, everything. I just avoid everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where to take him.
A lot of places we can go.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we will figure it out. Here comes
I should have got you one.
Oh, why? Thanks.
I'll go back up.
Oh, so we just got the camera shot of his butt.
Hey, give me something besides a Busch latte.
There's a Miller latte in there.
That's better.
Oh man.
Yeah, we got to find somewhere to eat too.
I was thinking Jack Brown's.
I mentioned that to him earlier. I don't know if you were.
I was thinking
Around
a
then.
good burger. Good
Yeah,
sloppy
burgers.
burger.
I've never been to Martin's Barbecue. He was asking about barbecue places.
We
That's
do
the
Martin's too. Martin's is good, or Edley's, one of the two.
Yeah.
Martin's or Edley's. Martin's or Edley's. Jack Brown's.
Thank you, sir.
Dos Equis. Do you need a bottle opener?
I got it. I already
You got it under
prepared.
control. All right. I don't know. What are you in the mood for food, Thomas?
Try and give you some ideas what
I don't know.
our limited knowledge of living in Nashville for the last 6 months.
I mean, I know quite a few places. It just depends on what you want.
We talked about that earlier, didn't we?
yeah, we were talking
We
about
were
barbecue,
searching.
Martin's Barbecue, which
Ed-
I haven't been,
yeah.
but I've heard
Edley's
good
is
things.
another one a lot of people go to.
I didn't know what.
I mean,
style
you could eat
food.
at Rippy's downtown for barbecue. That's okay.
It's on
but
Broadway, in the corner.
Like
of
just street food would be okay with me.
we go to Daddy's Dogs.
I could do it. I want to do a dog.
We could probably
Do
go to
Daddy's
Daddy's
Dog.
Dogs then.
it. Heck yeah,
Yeah.
Roll up in there. I can make your Daddy's Dog.
There we
for
go.
you.
Jesse, do you remember the last time I was at Daddy's Dogs?
Yeah.
because
Do
I don't.
you remember the last time you were at Daddy's Dog? He rolls up already gone
with Mike.
with Mike, our wonderful guitar player extraordinaire.
Our little lion.
Little lion mane. Mike is sober, or at least functioning alcoholic.
I'm not.
Pip rolls up, blitzed. They order a Miller High Life 40. So that's
It's what you're known
what,
for. At
what Daddy's Dog serves. Yeah,
selling 40s.
that's what they're known for. Not what I'm known for. I just worked there for a time. Worked there for a spell. But no, within a matter of half hour, like it's late at night. It's a Friday night. I'm doing the closing shift by myself. There's a few random people there. They all leave. These two are still there. And Pip, is just annihilated. He comes stumbling into the kitchen and like gets halfway into the kitchen by the prep area and the stove, like just spouting gibberish at me. And I make him a hot dog because I'm like, I gotta try and sober him up because I can tell he has not ate all
Right.
day.
I skipped dinner. That's
Yeah.
always a bad fault of mine.
So I made him a hot dog
Excuse
with
me.
sriracha, like half a bottle of sriracha
I
on it,
wanted it hot. I'm sure.
jalapenos, and some other stuff. Like I made this hot dog as hot as I possibly
Customized.
could and threw it at him. I said, sit down and eat your damn hot dog. And he
I think I ate it. Ate it all, right?
you did eat it. You ate it all.
And I was
And then you ran around the parking lot with Mike's panda head on for a little while. And then you got in the truck. You guys got back here. I was here about maybe a half hour later. And I come back into you two jamming here in the studio at 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, whatever it was. You go to stand up and you fell over your drum kit that night.
Yeah.
And you could tell that he hadn't fixed it or practiced in like a week and a half because the drums just sat.
the snare
that
is
way
like
for
laying at
like
an
a
angle.
week.
The drums thrown is like pushed backward, barely, resting against something else behind it. It's all like mangled half, like,
You fell over the
I fell
drums.
over. Yeah, I stood
then you
up
got
and I
up
was
and
like,
stood up and
I
you're
should
like-
probably go to bed.
Yep. I should probably go to bed. Just play the Dan and Shay song as a soundtrack to you there.
Yeah, that was one of those nights.
Thomas is just over there not paying attention. to
I'm
the
listening.
conversation.
I'm listening.
So,
Yeah, that was one of those fun Nashville nights.
so we're gonna venture out. We're gonna get some food somewhere. We will update folks in part 2 tomorrow, where we venture to and the wild shenanigans we get into.
I had
tonight.
this
I
tr-
hope somebody seriously asks Mike again. I hope some girl asks because Mike looks like a redneck with his mullet and his blind mane.
Hey,
I
Jess, Mike is a redneck.
hope I was being nice, but I hope some random girl asks Mike again, because this has happened, true story, to give him redneck babies.
That was the last time we were on
Oh,
Broadway.
boy.
Yeah, with Mike.
I really hope that happens again.
It didn't happen, just so the audience knows. Yeah, not that.
Over under is, how many times will something like that be said to him tonight?
Depends on where we're gonna be. If we're gonna be,
Let's say over under 3. I'm gonna take the
it depends where we're at. I don't think we get to the smaller bars, but I think they see this goofy fucking guy.
If he's dressed up,
If
cleaned
he's
up,
dressed up, boy, I'd say maybe 2.
I'll set the
If
over.
he's ready to go,
I'll set the over under at 3, and I'm gonna take the over.
I'm gonna take the under.
Are you on the over side or the underside there, Pip? Or
you take the under.
You take the under?
Yeah.
So are we doing?
I'm the only ambitious one.
like Waffle House?
We can do some Wahoo at 2 a.m.
No, I'm just saying who the loser pays for breakfast. You said you ate. I mean, if it's 3 of us going for breakfast, you said you ate.
All right, Waffle House.
Your weight, your size.
Waffle House it is.
In
what I find
for
funny
$9
is that if I win or if I lose, I have to pay for everybody's breakfast. If you guys lose, you guys are splitting the check.
No, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it.
Okay.
Pip's just got to buy me a $9 drink tomorrow night.
I'll do that.
All right.
I'm excited to get out and kind of just be the tourist.
Yes.
So if I had a fanny pack and maybe some pit vipers, probably go better with my
we
flamingo.
could probably find you some pit vipers and a fanny pack. I'm not gonna lie. We really probably could.
I just have this hope that we walk into like Dirks's bar and Hot Country Nights walks in and starts playing.
That would be legit.
I doubt it's gonna happen.
I would be in heaven.
But it would be pretty awesome.
We can go there tonight. We can go to Whiskey Row tonight.
You can always hope.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Like the planes that we saw piling in this morning. I mean, I think this is a good traveling weekend.
It's nice weather.
Before Memorial Day. It's after Easter. Everybody's looking for something to do. Everybody's getting vaccinated. Maybe.
Yeah, things opening.
I think things are opening and
COVID.
The weather switched.
Here.
Yeah.
It's been open in Iowa too, pretty much. People are just scared. I am vaccinated, by the way. And it's okay. You can get vaccinated. You might sweat through 3 t-shirts the day after, like I did.
You haven't
already had to do laundry
yet?
I've been here for 24 hours and I've already had to do laundry. But otherwise, everything's good.
Well,
that was really weird.
Yeah.
I felt like I went through puberty again.
That's scary.
Like sweating profusely. But wasn't cold, wasn't hot, didn't have a fever, just sweaty.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Oh, man. All right. Well, this is part 1. This is DB4. Stay tuned for the after.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow at some point. Probably tomorrow morning we'll do this. And we'll probably have more stories from our past and whatever happened last night. And maybe if Mike ends up staying here tonight.
He's probably got to work tomorrow, though, don't he?
Oh, yeah, he probably does have to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, if he gets super hammered, though, he'll call in to work. Yeah. But anyway. Cheers,
I can call in from hey, this is Mike's dad.
Yeah.
He's got it. He's not doing too hot.
He's got it bad.
Some girl from New Jersey gave him crabs because she wanted his redneck babies, and we haven't seen him. We have him located on Snapchat.
And you want to bet.
I think he's at the Days Inn in South Nashville.
Oh, man.
We'll get him, and he'll be to work on Sunday.
On that note, cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
Here's to a good night.
Here's to a good night.
Good night. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for being on the Don't Give a Flying Hawk podcast. I'm your host, J.A., and Pip is our other host over there.
We will have to talk about how I gave Pip his name at some point.
We will talk about that tomorrow.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
All right,
that on the list.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode. We will talk to you hungover, maybe still drunk tomorrow.
This is the Don't Give a Flying Hawk podcast.